Conversation with Brandon Snyder yesterday just about, here's a guy who's amazing, and just talked about the level of competition in the NHRA, and if you're an outlaw racer, you're doing well wherever you are. It's a different level of racing with people who are doing it for a living all the time, 24 times a year, and he's doing pretty good, by the way. Like, he's stepping up and stepping in and showing performance. But to me, it's the pinnacle, and that's what we're experiencing out here.
I apologize, but he was good when he only had two nickels to rub together. I'm telling you, he was just a gifted guy, man.
And that's what he said, that they as a team, because it's like a three-member team, that they had a little bit of an awakening, but now, like year 3, they're feeling good.
That's good. Hey, look who's coming up in Pro Stock.
Yeah, star of television, star of stage, star of the Fox Sports 1 broadcast. He is former Comp Eliminator world champ, but his dream has always been to run Pro Stock, as is the case for everybody in Comp Eliminator. And Bruno Massel put together a deal with Elite. Elite's got a fleet of cars, literally. Meanwhile, problems on Kenny Delco's machine, so we're having to push him back. All of a sudden, the Delco team is thrashing as Bruno is doing his burnout. Not good for Kenny Delco. They've been chasing those electrical gremlins a little bit. But Bruno ran a couple races last year, has put together a limited deal to run this Elite car, and he's living his Pro Stock dream.
That is awesome, man. Congratulations, kid.
And look who's going to be at the door. Like, that's the full-on Elite Motorsports treatment there when you got the 4-time champ, Erica Enders, at your door. Bruno's no rookie. This guy has done it all, won it all, and is a world champion in his own right. But Pro Stock is that challenging, and any rep, any opportunity is a big deal. And so Erica's been working a little bit with him. Bruno's having a great time. Butch down there getting a little motivation. All right, it's going to be a solo shot. Bruno Massel.
All right, it's going to be Elite. I love it when they leave the line all by himself. Well, he had to get out of her there. I don't know if that was a gear change miss or what. What do you think, Joe?
I don't know. I don't want to tell whether he shorted the gear or what, but Bruno's getting laps. That's what I know. And you give him the more opportunities, he's going to get better and better. So Bruno Massel, something not right on that run, but they're going to get it all tuned up. All right. We got Kenny Delco and Alex Laughlin. If Alex makes this run, I don't know if we're going to send Kenny on a solo. Look at that. See, problem with Delco's machine, and the crew are going to have to go out and pull him back.
It's a new car or the same car? Redone.
Redone. Same car redone.
So
back from Haas.
Like we talked about earlier. You come out of the sky 20 feet, you never know. It could be that hidden factor somewhere, a ground, anything.
Well, exactly. And they did have the car completely rewired from what I understand, but this is why we have races like this.
And just so you know, I wasn't saying any more bad of a qualifier.
All right, so what's going on over there on the Delco team? You can see that they are trying to get it going. And this is what is a little different about the CTech World Doorslammer Nationals is, being on the clock, Al, like the pressure. Oh, listen, you didn't get your car ready. You missed the session. We're not going to do that. That's not what this race is here for.
It's got a touch outlaw in it, man.
It does.
There's a touch outlaw.
There is.
Isn't it nice?
Yes.
I can tell you had that rash all afternoon on your neck.
I like a little touch of outlaw.
You know what I'm saying?
I abide by being with it a little too long. You saw it start dancing around out there, so Delco does not get down. Troy Coughlin Jr. is the number one qualifier, 6:54.0 at 2:10. Time to beat. That is Alex Coughlin.
How about that, man, if you don't mind me bumping in, but this brings back a little bit of history for me because this kid's dad, I watched win a bunch of big-time pro mod races.
Kenny?
Alex.
Is that? All right, Alex Coughlin won the U.S. Nationals a couple of years ago, has pretty much done it all and won it all in his young career. Got Speed Society on board, and last year doing a great job getting to the final races of the season, coming up with a very innovative program to allow race fans to sponsor his car and actually get their name on the car. He did a great job with that. Alex has been a fantastic innovator. He won this race a year ago in Pro Modified in Mark Caruso's car, but now they are pushing him back a little bit. Let's hope it's not a lot. Fernando Quadra Jr., or Senior rather, over there on the right side. So this is the dad, the Quadra family in full effect. So the dad is in the green Mustang. Alex driving for Elite Motorsports. See Richard Freeman guiding him into the beams. Quadra over there on the right side with the Iconio power. Yes, Al?
Was this a last-minute deal? I heard he was struggling to get a sponsor, this kid.
Coughlin? He's a hustler, and as much as it's always a struggle, he seems to always find a way.
Yeah.
Stage up, ready to go, Quadra. Coughlin going to be last to stage. Trying to bump up 54.0 is the time.
Nice leave for the kid, man, in the left lane. He's got to get out of her, though. Quadra is going to go down there. How about that, 675, 227.
They are looking for more. They are looking for more, but they are trying to build a program over there. They've got so many cars. Everybody is learning exactly what to do, and I got a call going out there, putting 3 cars in the field, Junior 11th, Christian 12th, and Senior 14th. A solid day for the first 2 qualifying sessions, but they want to step on it.
And still they have another session coming up.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, so they'll get another shot at this track.
Next up, Dallas Glenn. Dallas Glenn, first of the KB cars this session. Got Rad Torque Systems and Silver State on board with Dallas Glenn. Spoke with Dallas in between rounds for a few moments. And, you know, Dallas has been a crew member for KB Racing for over 8 years. And the interesting story is that he was a fan hanging out in the Pro Stock pits. And he got the gig. Hanging out in the Pro Stock pits. Think about that. Dallas Glenn right side. And Bo Butner on the left. There he is. Bo Butner, the champion. Camping World Pro Stock a couple of years back. Bo Butner, of course, he's got a win light switch. Whatever he gets involved in, he's been involved in big money bracket racing. He started running .90s last year and just winning everything. Bo and Randy Lynn, you see Randy Lynn ship out there, coming out, get the last second call to run the Elite Motorsports Mustang. Dallas Glenn, I don't know if it's the exact car, but Bo used to run for KB Racing and decided to hang up the helmet for Pro Stock. This is a limited endeavor for Bo. Dallas Glenn, the story is like this. He was hanging in the pits at a Pro Stock race. Kelly Wade, who is writing the book on Warren Johnson, literally got to talking with him, and he said he would like to work on a team, and she introduced him to her soon-to-be husband, Pat Topolinsky, who got him a gig, and the rest is history. 8 years at KB Racing, and now the kid who was hanging in the pits is behind the wheel of a Mooresville, North Carolina KB Camaro. All you kids out there, think about what that would be like to genuinely live your dream. Dallas Glenn. doing exactly that.
Is that awesome, man? Did you think about that ever as a young kid?
No, I never dreamed that.
I did. Man, look at him going through the gears. He's going to get his first lick in qualifying and put up a good number. Joe, what's he got?
59.4. Dallas Glenn getting down through there, but Bo Butner with a 57.7 at 2:11.59 is quicker down the racetrack. Neither as quick as Bo not as quick as his previous run. Dallas able to pick up a couple of hundreds. So Dallas Glenn, 10th overall. Bo Butner, 7th overall. And Kelly, if you're out there, he told me the story. Like, that's what he said. He told me exactly that. He blames you. All right, Derek Kramer. Get biofuel over on the right-hand side. Get biofuel. Al, have you gotten some biofuel?
Well, I got some biofuel for you in a minute after that barbecue. I'll tell you what, Lucas Oil, look at the burnout in the left lane, man, laying down a lot of that Lucas smoke, baby. You love it.
Kid Chaos, Kyle Koretsky, the captain's kid, is driving Pro Stock and will be all year long for KB Racing. Got Lucas Oil on board. Brandon Bernstein out here overseeing the program. And I think it is super cool that this kid, Kyle Koretsky...
Is that his dad standing there in the baseball hat?
Absolutely it is. That's the captain.
He was such a treat to watch drive. Talented guy.
You ever seen him play a slot machine? Even better.
Without tilting it?
Oh, man, the guy is... The guy is epic. So Kyle Koretsky ran 6:55, 4:2:11. The thing about Kid Chaos, though, is there's nothing really chaotic about him. He's a very calm and mellow kid. But he is going to get chaotic here in this Pro Stock car. And I have already predicted that he is going to bring home a Wally this year. Lock it down.
Well, I'll tell you, I interviewed him last year with Brian. The kid is so cool. He's just like, man, whatever comes along, I'll take it. You know, my dad has been doing this his whole deal, and just to be a part of it as a kid watching, he said, was cool. But now to see him in the seat here, that's even better, man. So.
Doug Winters and Dustin Nelsani. Doug Winters and Dustin Nelsani. Pro Mod. Guys, bring them up. Bring them up. We know our Pro Mod cars. Bring them up. Dustin Nelsani and Doug Winters. Time for you guys to come to the lanes. Pro Mod to the lanes. Derek Kramer, Get Biofuel Machine. Derek was out here running the Factory Showdown car. Runs Pro Stock. Has had some success. Number one a few times. Couple race wins. Oh. Tire shake for Kramer. Not going to make Michael Heiner very happy. Kid Chaos. 6:54.3 to 11:16. Big step forward for Kid Chaos.
Straight to the top. All 54 out?
Yeah. Second overall for Kyle Koretsky. Troy Coughlin Jr. still holding the top spot. Everybody trying to will him to the top. Captain looks pretty happy, but here comes your number one qualifier. The Jegs.com machine of Troy Coughlin Jr.
That's the kid I was thinking of earlier when I started telling the stories about his dad. And Troy Coughlin lays down some good smoke. I'm going to tell you what. His father, if this kid can just follow a minute inch in his father's footsteps, he's got it made. Yeah. And to back up your Uncle Jag, this is the car that Jag won in right here, I believe, isn't it?
Jag won this race a year ago, and Troy ran Erica Ender's first round and was actually able to beat her as a champion. She got beat by Troy. But I got to tell you, Troy Coughlin has already won the U.S. Nationals a couple of times. He's driven a top fuel dragster, an 8-fuel dragster, finished second in the world. He has said that this has been his greatest challenge as a driver and is thrilled to be connected to this car and this team. The kid on the other side of the racetrack, Aaron Stanfield. Greg Stanfield is his dad, multi-time Superstock world champion, tuning all these factory showdown cars, running in the showdown. Young kid as well, just got engaged. This is the future of Pro Stock. When you look at Pro Stock, you got Troy Coughlin, you've got Aaron Stanfield, you've got all these young names. It's a totally different sport than it was just 2 years ago, Al.
Well, the Jags car getting ready to do it. We thank them for the sponsorship here for the World Doorslammer Nationals and taking the big check just a year ago. Can the young gun do it now? That'd be cool. I remember this kid, no lie, computer in his hand, Apple in his phone, walking for Piedmont with 50 G's they just won. His dad said, yeah, carry it. He had the $50,000 in cash walking it back to the pits. And one of the old big dog races back there on a weekend. You won't forget. The kid's very talented. Keep your eyes on him. Well, like Joe said, here we go. Couple of young guns ready to go. The RPM's coming up. 10,000 to be exact. Lights are down. Green light starting qualifying round number 2. Stanfield looks to be out by a touch. How about that? 56 to a quicker 54. Who got the whole shot on that deal? Did you see it?
Aaron Stanfield off the starting line first. 54-0 and a 54-2. Troy Coughlin Jr. back-to-back runs within 0.02 of a second. The lights were 0.44 for Stanfield and 0.55 for Troy Jr. Stanfield 56-6. Real strong pass. They have got a handle on it. But that is the future of pro stock. And here comes your champ, Erica Enders. Got the GoPro on the roof. About to do a long and smoky burnout. Got True Leave on the door, Altucci.
Let's get one. Come on for Team Elite right there. The Chevrolet 4-time champion right there with a beautiful smoky burnout. Here comes Greg Anderson. Now, there's no love lost between. They may give a fist pump once in a while, but there's no love lost in between the pits here, man. This guy goes out with a vengeance every time he gets in the seat of that car. Anderson with a burnout down there in the right lane. He put some good rubber down. Joe, what are your thoughts on this deal?
Well, when I see these two on the starting line, I think about the 8 world championships they have amassed together. And for Erica's first win, Greg was the target, and he didn't want it to happen, but ultimately it happened. And now their careers have advanced together. This is the backbone of pro stock racing. And this rivalry is what we're going to see all year long. Greg, let's face it, he is at the, let's call it the final quarter of his career. He's got 94 wins. He's chasing Warren Johnson. He's chasing 100. This year is his best shot to win another championship and add to the total and make it 5. Erica is at 4 as well. She would love to out-championship Greg Anderson. This year is going to be epic as these two battle all across the season. And that battle starts right now at the World Doorslammer Nationals.
And we're in a little outlaw fest right here. Don't forget that, Joe. Little outlaw fest.
$75,000.
Yeah, 75 big ones. Greg, last year on your little deal said, hey, if they think it don't matter, they're full of it, all of them. This is a huge, huge deal. Here we go. Oh, she's got problems right out of the gate down there, but Greg goes out. What's he got, Joe?
Greg Anderson, 6:53.1 to the number 1 spot. You got a new number 1 qualifier, 210 miles per hour, GA 976 down low. Anderson is your new number 1 qualifier with 1 car remaining in pro stock.
Make a Brandon Bernstein happy.
The crowd on the starting line, Al. The crowd on the starting line for the Greg Anderson, Erica Enders run. Star power, baby. This is Fernando Quadra Jr. They got their issue sorted out. Quadra Jr. having a little bit of an issue a little bit earlier. They got it sorted out. He's now going to be able to make the run. The record in pro stock, for those of you wondering, first of all, the quickest EFI run was held right here a year ago, 6:46.0 by Matt Hartford. Weather conditions not showing us that kind of love just yet. But you never know what we'll see on Sunday after that weather comes through. Final pro stocker. Then we're going to dive into pro modified. Listen to that thing at idle. Quadra is in. 660 with a 4, 979 down low for Fernando Quadra. He is the leader of the Quadra team with that 660 with a 4 at 207, and they are still getting some things sorted out, but they are firmly in the field here at the CTech World Doorslammer Nationals. But the big news is Greg Anderson and KB Racing knocking Troy Coughlin Jr. off the top spot with that 653, 210 mile per hour run. 6.531. Troy Coughlin 6.540. Number 2, and Kid Chaos number 3, 6.54.3. Erica, Aaron Stanfield, Derek Kramer, Bo Butner, and Alex Laughlin rounding out the top 8. You could throw a blanket over the first 5 cars as Pro Stock, but that's what Pro Stock is all about.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
Street or strip, prep or no prep, bracket killer or heads up warrior. It feels great to eliminate your competition. Demand the best in suspension and cooling components. Demand AFCO.
It's all about feel. And this car, I love this car, but not when it hesitates. So I was looking for better performance. That's why I went with an Edelbrock AVS2 carburetor. No hesitation. The Edelbrock warranty. Great throttle response. Now when I punch it, it moves. Edelbrock. Charge for